Ladies and gentlemen, what is going on? My name is Rex, and this is your daily chat for April the 20, what the hell is it, the 27th? The 27th, 2016. How is everybody doing today? What is going on? And of course, it gives me unbelievable pleasure to do this, because I've not done this in 4 months, pretty much. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is the time you've all been waiting for. The reason why you showed up to this channel to start off with. He's the man who made your mom his bitch and the one your sister is always going to be with. He is the black guy who's actually white. It is Devious Furball.
Hello, everyone.
Fuck. You know, honestly, for not having practiced that in 4 months, I feel like I still kind of did. I feel like I still kind of got that one right.
Yeah, that's okay.
Oh my god. And
hi, everybody in chat.
And really, Canthos is today's topic, yelling about people over hot sauces. That was Overwatch, and that was a valid yell because I was super mad. I have played so much Overwatch in before the beta shut down. It was unreal. Like, I was logging pretty much double-digit numbers every single night.
Well, it's back open again for the pre-purchases on the 3rd.
Yeah, but that's still 6 days. I don't have Overwatch.
Oh,
have you ever seen a heroin addict go 6 days without heroin? No, exactly. You know why? Because they die. But that's just me. K-Mac, yeah. What's going on in TI Films? What's going on, guys? How is everybody doing? So, it has been so long since we did this show. The last time we did this show was
It has been a while.
Was you, me, and Nathan. That was the last time we did the show, and that was easily months ago. So much has changed in the last little bit. So much drama has come up from... Oh, boo fucker. Oh, boo fucker. K-Mac, by the way, I tried calling you on the weekend. You didn't pick up your phone. But... yeah, it is, like, so much has changed. In fact, just the whole landscape of streaming has changed in 4 months. It's shocking how much crap can occur when I'm not around.
I'm pretty sure that a lot of it hasn't changed and it's situation normal.
Really? Oh, well, I guess in a way it's like, I guess in a way it's situation normal, but it's just been kind of amped up quite a bit.
No, I'd say it's even worse than it was before. Have you seen the gaming talk show channel?
You know what? I haven't. And you know, a big reason people come to this channel is because we get to play a game. I really need a game sound alert. We play a game here on this channel of how much better am I than everybody else on the gaming talk show channel. As you can just tell from my intro, I'm already more interesting than pretty much everyone else you're going to see, but let's just go prove it for shits and giggles, right? Okay, so here we go. What do we got here? We got 20,000 people. Oh, Rocket Beans. Of course, Rocket Beans. Okay, so we are...
That's valid.
That is valid. Okay, so I found out what Rocket Beans is. Apparently, Rocket Beans TV was an actual TV, like, station who shut down everything and moved everything to Twitch. I had no idea. So that one actually fills in a lot of the gaps of why they're always, you know, so high up. It's because they're an actual TV station. Okay, so here we are. We're down here, like, row 6, I think? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We're on row 9. Mind you, I just went live. Okay, so let's see here. What do we got here? We got a game, a pleb who speaks German.
You forgot to mention Kind of Funny Games as well. That's another valid show.
That is another valid show. I'll agree. Kind of Funny Games is another valid show, but that's because they're also all ex-developers who had reputations prior to Twitch. So
they're the guys from when that. Oh, which website was it that shut down? I can't remember now.
Gawker?
No, the internet review site. It's like
Gawker?
Like how GameSpot shut down.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. I don't remember the exact name. I do know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
okay.
They were a games review kind of website. It shut down, and they're the guys from that.
Right. Okay, so hang on. Let's see what we got here. So going from where I am here on the position, let's scroll up a little. We got a loser playing games here. We got a German not doing anything because he's German. We got a Russian playing games. I see a pleb who doesn't speak English. I don't know what that is. That's The Witcher. That is artwork. That is a game. That's a game. That's a game. I want to say that's a German playing Paragon. That's some dude opening Hearthstone packs. That's somebody watching YouTube. That's a CSGO player. That's a game. That's artwork. That's a game. That's a dude standing on a chair. That is an actual talk show. We'll come back to these people.
Wow, congratulations.
Mind you, it took us 4 rows of streamers to find the first actual talk show that's not mine. 4
Welcome
rows.
to gaming talk shows, people.
Oh my god. That's a schedule. That's a chick looking at Steam. I don't even begin to know what that is. That is an Asian, I can only assume, making the next Tentacle game. That looks like Grand Theft Auto. That's a chick playing Amnesia. That is a 24/7 podcast. That's Lawbreakers. That's a game. I don't know what that is. I want to say that might be an actual talk show. That's a shooter. That's Mario. That's a chick with her tits out. That's Polish. That's a game.
Tits out.
Yeah, I know. We'll come back to her too.
Boob cam.
This is a guy with BRB dinner time, so that's nothing. That's a game. Game. Chick with her tits out. Hearthstone. Game. Something German. Something Russian.
Wow.
Something. That's a boat. That's a chick. And these are all popular streamers. So there you go, people. I just went through 9 rows of streamers. There is literally 2 talk shows that are not mine. So there you go. By de facto, I'm already still the best at what I do. Self-validating is the topic. You're damn right self-validating is. You know why? Because you have to love yourself before anyone else will love you. Am I right? Am I right, Devious?
Not true.
Quiet you.
I'm English, so I come from a very strong background of self-loathing, and people still manage to like me somehow.
That's because you're British. Look, if I learned one thing from John Oliver in the last, 2 weeks I've been consuming all of his content, it's British people can love and hate themselves at the exact same time.
Okay, self-deprecation is a valid Britishism.
It is a valid Britishism. It is something you'll see all over Twitch, and it is something you will never see in this channel. You know why? Because I don't believe in having to self-deprecate the things I'm great at, because fuck you, that's why. Actually, that is one thing. I've been going back and forth over the 4 months I've been gone. And I'm like, there's some minor tweaks I want to make to the show. Like, the show is clearly the way I'm going to go with this. Like, that's not changing. I love this show. People seem to obviously love this show. The fact that I've been gone for, 4 months and people still come into the channel makes me know I like my show. But I was going to do a few tweaks because, ironically enough, the most number of complaints I got was... Take a guess for who gave me the most number of complaints for my show. I'll give you 3 guesses.
I have no idea.
Just guess any 3 random people if you want.
3 random people. Most complaints. Your sister.
No. Although that is a very valid guess.
Oh, dang it. I know she'd have been complaining that you weren't on.
BK? Voodoo?
No, it wasn't Voodoo that I was thinking of. It was the crazy Dutch Raider girl.
Crazy Dutch Raider girl.
Sorry, German. She's German, isn't she?
German? I had a German in my channel? Huh.
Well,
that's news to me.
I know her. I've got her on Skype.
Velvet?
No, not Velvet.
Batgirl?
Well, actually, yes, she's crazy, but...
Batgirl is absolutely up... have you been gone? 2-man Brit Club, me and Devious. Yes, you are the 2-man Brit Club. Sorry.
Exactly, TIL films.
I would love to... I would say women in general because you're a bit misogynistic. Rilo has been on my... just on me about that. She's like, you're so misogynistic, blah, 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 blah. It's like, I'm not misogynistic. It's called a point of view, and B, it's also called the truth. Okay? I'm sorry your gender is a bunch of toxic snakes. That's not my fault. Maybe if so, maybe if some point somebody had chlorinated your gene pool just a tiny bit, you'd be a better gender as an
Wait,
overall.
hang on. I'm gonna have to weigh in as devil's advocate here.
Oh, okay, great. We're gonna start this again. No, Devious takes
Oh
everybody
yeah.
else's side. Ooh.
Well, we've already discussed that your version of what goes on in your head does not equal reality. You know, that's not how the world works. Despite that's how you see it. That's not actual reality. So we'll set those like little delusions aside for a moment, and we'll focus on the fact that you're attacking an entire gender on basically one or two absolute nut jobs. You know, nut job feminazis that do ruin it for everyone.
Well, yeah, that's what the whole meaning of ruin it for everyone is. Two people give a bad impression, and now this is the result that you get. Enjoy.
Well, I agree with you, Riley. I'm going to call you RLY Canthos. I'm going to call you Riley.
Yeah, you do it. Her name is whatever you say it is. 'Cause you got that voice, baby.
Probably not what it is. Oh, hey, I ruin jokes.
What's up,
Yes,
I
it's
Ruin
been a
Jokes? How
while.
you doing, man? Seriously, are me the only British people here? So I know that my previous... Yeah, I think you are guys, though, because I know most of the people in this channel. And yeah, I think you guys are the only British people here. Because I'm pretty sure Canthos is from, like, Tennessee or something. But yeah, no, so the largest number of complaints I got was actually from my mom, of all people. My mom gave me the most crap about my show. And it wasn't anything
What?
about the content, it wasn't anything about like the topics. It was actually just about the the more mature strong language. That's really it.
Yeah.
So I took that under
And
consideration
rightly so, yeah.
because for me, whenever I say, give comments, subscribe, like, comment, subscribe, give comments, I take all that stuff under advisement and consideration. It's not a pitch. It's not a work. It's something I actually like legitimately mean. Like, read my YouTube comments. I'm always responding to people saying thanks for the idea. That idea won't work, etc., etc. So it's like, well, if because it's my mom of all people. Now, if it was any of the viewers who said, "Hey, I don't like how you do this. Change it," the first thing they'd see is a ban. Okay, because my channel, my show, go away. But it's my mom, and I love my mom.
Reasonable. Well,
And
yeah.
so
And your mom doesn't want to hear you swearing, so I
exactly,
can understand her point of view.
exactly. So as a result, this show is now a safe for work show. 100% safe for work. Let's call it 99% because I can't control everything I do.
Okay.
But
I shall watch my own curse words.
you're British. No one takes you seriously if you curse. You're just great. Just keep doing what you're doing. You're fine.
Okay.
Because this was
Gosh
more of
darn
a
it.
me thing. Like, my mom legitimately likes your voice so much. You could say that you pork a puppy in a river, and she will not even care. She likes your
Oh,
voice that much.
I could go all OG gangster rap, get my pimps and hoes together, and maybe slap a bitch. Well, no, that doesn't work.
That is
Damn it.
amazing.
My rap career is over before it starts. Damn it.
Oh my god. So yeah. Okay, so like I said, we've been gone for forever. Forever and a day we have been gone. Pretty much I stopped streaming in December. We did a few daily chats intermittently just kind of so I could keep up my skills and so I could do my show. But really this is our first day back. Like, you'd agree. Oh, by the way, what did you think of the new intro?
Uh,
You
looks
didn't
great.
see it.
No, I didn't.
I legitimately put so much work into making sure you had your own like little Easter egg avatars in the intro. Didn't even see it.
Oh, bless. You say the sweetest things.
I
know
told
it
you,
doesn't
you're
mean
part of
anything,
this
but you say
team.
it, and
You're
that's the
part of this
important
team.
part.
You will be recognized for your great contributions.
Okay.
I might not pay you, but you will be recognized. I will pay you in
Around Jake
publicity.
jokes, yes, he is Canadian, but he's the most American Canadian you've ever met.
Oh, absolutely.
As he was raised in America. And this show is safe for work, Riley. Yep. Well, as he said, he's trying.
I'm trying. Like it's literally my first day back. You can't expect a total 180 change. Like, my goal is by the time I'm back for spring term, but my spring term is only part time, so I can actually still keep doing my show. By about 2 weeks from now, I intend to have everything just completely cleaned up. But it's first day back, so kind of like let's just kind of ease into it. It's kind of like hitting the back door. You can't just like go treat it like a break-in. You kind of got to just ease into it. So
Sage words.
I know, right?
And as far as that safe for work thing goes, that's just been ruined.
What? I swore not at all.
You didn't swear, but you insinuated.
Insinuation is fine. I can insinuate all I want. I just can't swear.
So insinuation and euphemisms
are totally fine. Just
okay.
Can't swear. Like, the cursing is what I have to stop.
Okay.
Which is fine for me. Like, it is what it is. But I also have the other channel where I stream games on, and I can swear all I want over there. So, I have a filter. I have an outlet.
Okay. So the Rage has a...
the Rage will have a valve. It has to have a valve.
Yeah.
Like, you could seriously pop a blood vessel if you don't. So...
Well, I don't.
That's because I don't think I've ever seen you get mad in my life. Now, mind you, and by the way, while everybody's in the channel, happy 1-year anniversary to me and Devious. We've known each other for just a little over a year now. I know,
that's,
right?
Depressing.
I love you, Devious. Oh, hang on. You keep talking. I'll be right back.
Riley, in regards to the towel, let's just go with yes. Because that story's way easier.
I'm here.
Welcome back.
Like, oh my god, did I hear anniversary?
Oh god, no.
Hi, Devious! Rex says it's your anniversary. Happy anniversary!
Do you have your boobs in?
Well, I can't show you them on Twitch now thanks to that whore legendary Leah.
As long as you have them in.
Stupid bitch. Oh, what's that? Safe for work? Oh, god, fine. Rex says I have to be on my best behavior now. This is unreal. So, how long have you two known each other? What are you guys going to do for your anniversary?
We are going to do absolutely nothing.
Oh, come on. You guys got to do something.
I believe we are doing it. I have no idea what the particular celebration is, but Rex got in touch with me just a couple of hours ago and asked me if I was free. And if not, remove things from my calendar. And I agree with you, Riley. Wholeheartedly. But yeah.
Well, he always talks so highly of you.
Sorry?
He always talks so highly of you.
Does he?
Yeah.
Well, you can tell him he has the wrong impression.
Aw, I'll make sure I let him know. What's that? You want back on your stupid show? Fine. Fine, I'll be back. Okay, bye, Devious. Happy anniversary.
Bye, Rexana. Ah, dear. Dear viewers, this is what I have to contend with.
I know, it's some pretty stiff competition, isn't it?
This is my
telling you, man, she makes that cam girl money.
Cam girl money, yes.
That cam girl money. But yeah, so why do you have a towel on your chair? Because this room is unimaginably hot. Like, it is really hot. So I have a towel because I sweat a lot, and this way it just doesn't like damage my leather chair. Hi, K-Mac!
Yeah, I'm with you, K-Mac.
Oh, don't lie, you all love her. I know I've seen K-Mac on her channel before, just saying. That cam girl money.
Well, it's, oh dear. Yeah. You really should put the boobs in.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Okay, then. Rexana should put the boobs in.
Believe me, she has them in all the time. I don't think she can actually disassociate her genetics from it, but I can let her know.
Yeah. Yeah. That would be nice.
Oh man. That was something else.
That's disturbing, yeah.
Yeah, you miss it though, don't lie. You miss it all day, every day. So
No. I really don't. That's the only answer I have for it. I mean, there was witty comebacks, there was, like put downs and stuff like that, but the answer honestly is just nope. So much nope. The Pope of nope. Unleash the nope. Seriously.
all aboard the nope train. Nope. So, anyways, getting moving forward just ever so slightly.
Okay.
What have you been up to in the last, let's say, 4 months?
Wow.
Because people are here for your voice, so they want to hear you talk.
Well, been going through some more casting, did a few audio projects, got taken on by an agent. So now you have to pay me for shit because I'm represented. Well, that's all really very quick and very brief, but I try to keep my life as calm and as quiet as possible. I mean, whilst there is the occasional drama of things, they're certainly not worth boring the viewers with.
Right.
But I'd say the biggest thing that happened to me over this past 4 months would be getting recognized and being represented by an agent.
I'm really happy for you, actually. I didn't even know that you were represented, so good for you, now.
Yeah, sweet.
How do you like having representation, having to split your income now?
Yeah. Well, it's their job to get more money, and negotiate the deal. So if that's the case, then that's great.
So
if it's not the case, then we'll just go our separate ways.
So are they
That's
taking
simple.
standard agent cut of 10%?
Yeah, it's a standard 10% cut.
Okay, well, you know what? 10% is honestly not too bad.
No, it's not.
Like, out of $1,000, you lose $100. That's a fee I'm actually willing to pay if I get $900 in return.
Yeah, that's basically the way to look at it. Yeah.
So, that's good. I'm really happy for you. So, did they approach you, or did you approach them?
They approached me.
Fantastic. How did they find out about you?
From the.
Please say this show.
Actually, apparently
Please say
they
this
did
show.
quite a thorough background search. They've listened to the audio dramas that I've done. They've gone through. They did their initial discovery on Voices Pro, which is another talent website, and they did.
Did they listen to this show?
I don't think they would have represented me if they'd listened to this show. I mean, really, going out there and saying it. I mean, there is a lot of shit that I will say on this channel that a lot of people will not be happy with representing.
Oh,
And I'm under NDA for the game I'm working on, and if I want to work in the gaming industry and the shit I talk about games, holy wow, yeah.
you know what? The beauty of me is this show is such a direct reflection of how I do consulting. The fact that it actually doesn't hurt me whatsoever when I do a consulting job. Because I'm so blunt and straightforward honest with the people who I work with that no one is surprised when they hear this show about anything I've said. And plus, they can understand the separation between, you know, professional and Twitch kind of thing.
Well, yeah. I mean, well, I would have thought that was obvious, but...
You'd be shocked how stupid old people can actually be.
Yes, very true.
Like, you'd be astonished. I actually had to tell one client, they wanted to do something, and I was like, you can't do that. They're like, why? I'm like, for a multitude of reasons, one of which is that's the stupidest thing I've ever heard. And just the look on his face, the fact that he'd been told so bluntly honest that that idea was just awful. It kind of looked like you'd walked up and like popped his balloon on him. But I was like, you know what? It had to be said because I prevented what could have been a bigger problem.
Well, yeah. And like I say, I mean, Apple is in this position today because it doesn't have anybody in the management anymore that will say no.
Right. In fact, that's actually how I built my marketing plan. My marketing plan actually says in it, my job is to prevent you from making bad decisions. And it's actually kind of like built a proper framework on it, which has helped a lot. God, what the hell is that? Sorry, I have like this weird red mark that just showed up on my skin. I don't know what it is. You know, I think it might be cancer, but I don't think so. Maybe. You never know. I had a good run. What the hell? Whoa, Twitter's blowing up. Oh, neat. Thank you for the 2 follows and the retweet.
Oh, nice. Congrats.
So, are you being represented by like a sole person or is it by like an agency now?
I have an agent within an agency.
Okay.
At the moment, it's early days, so I don't know how all this is going to pan out.
Is she hot?
Or what work will come of it.
Is she hot?
It's a he.
I swear, you like specialize in letting me down at every turn. My one chance to meet a British chick while I'm still in Canada, Devious couldn't even do that for me.
I turned up at the kind of interview and meeting, and I was surrounded by dancers.
I hate you so
lithe
much.
Female figures, yes.
Please tell me you picked one up with your voice.
Dear God, no.
Yeah.
Why would I?
Did you just say, why would you?
Yeah.
Can somebody please give Devious the talk? You know, I think I have a book around here somewhere I can give you. Maybe you'll learn why you should probably be talking to these dancer girls.
I've tried before. Artists are high maintenance. No, thank you.
You're not maintaining it. It's kind of like buying a condom for a night. Just, you know, use it once, throw it away. Just boop. Not saying you have to keep it. It's not a memento.
I'm not even sure I'm comfortable with that.
With what? The idea, the phrasing, or the actual concept?
The concept. Nothing that comes out of your mouth surprises me, so...
Well, that's good. Nothing out of my mouth should surprise you that much. I'm sure there are sometimes even I'm going to say something you're just going to be like, whoa, I got to be hitting the old dusty trail now.
Well, no, I mean, there's occasionally where I think, we're going to have the talk again, aren't we? But apart from that, no.
Oh, we might have to have the talking, but I have a feeling it'll have just as much impact as it did the first 8 times.
Yeah.
9 times the charm, though.
But well, you know, telling you is, you know, at least then you can't claim in court ignorance.
I have every intention to. I drink a lot. You don't know what's in that cup. I legitimately have not had a sip of alcohol since that Twitch night. Not a single drop.
And I wouldn't blame you either.
Like, I have not even walked into my bar. Like, I keep my popcorn machine on the short L side of my bar. But I have not walked past the popcorn machine since September. Or since November.
Hey, Voodoo.
When they all look like Price Charles Mistress, I'd say no to. Oh, ouch. What's up, Voodoo Panda? How you doing, baby doll? Oh my god, that's funny. So, what else has been new then? So now you're being represented. You're obviously getting more work now.
Mm-hmm.
So now, are you finding it easier for you to get more work than like before, or is it kind of like still the same? Because I remember like a few months ago, it was kind of touch and go.
I'd actually say that the amount of people asking me to do stuff for them for no pay has actually increased.
For no pay.
They just think that I'm officially professional now for some reason.
Oh my god.
And that means that they should ask more.
Wow. So, okay, so now you're being asked to do more free stuff, which, by the way, not one of them is me, by the way. Yet. But yes.
Yeah.
So have you done any more, like, national commercials, like any more Toyota commercials?
Nothing like that. I think... Well, the most recent thing has actually been shoutcasting some Dirty Bomb tournaments.
Oh, good for you. I've seen you've been playing a lot of Dirty Bomb lately.
Why, thank you, Voodoo.
Thank you, Voodoo. I appreciate that.
Kind of you.
But yeah, no, so... Yeah, I saw you, like... I swear to God, you're the only person who still plays Evolve and who still plays Dirty Bomb. Because, like, I look on Twitch, Dirty Bomb has, like, 130 viewers on it. Evolve has, like, 8. And I wish I could actually be making that 8 up.
200 plus viewers.
What does Evolve?
Sweet little old me. No, on Dirty Bomb, on the Dirty Bomb tournament.
That's good. I'm happy for you. So you're probably going to get Twitch partnership before me.
No, the channel I was on will, or did.
Did?
Yes.
Did you say did? Me,
yes.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Yes.
Oh.
No, I'm not kidding you. I mean, it genuinely did.
No, I'm not surprised though. Tournament channels are popping up a lot now.
Although the thing is sort of like they're kind of discounted because it's an organization channel.
Oh, is it like ESL?
It's that would be more its vein. Yes.
Oh, okay. Well, I don't feel bad about that at all. I can't compete with that. I can't compete with a network of channels like. Like what is it?
Breaking 200 concurrent viewers on a game which, as you say, only has 130 at the moment. That's a decent achievement.
Oh, absolutely, absolutely, it's a decent achievement. Anybody would be proud about that. So
so there was the Dirty Bomb shoutcasting, which was enjoyable.
Well, Train Simulator gets 100 plus viewers most of the time. Well, then again, though, it's a powerful niche. Train Simulator deserves every ounce of those 100 people that it gets. Because Train Simulator is God's gift to gaming. You name me any other game that can give you $5,000 in DLC. That's right, you can't.
I was actually going to say that's the game that keeps the weirdos off the streets, but hey,
in Train Simulator, all I really want is the character, like, if you're playing with, like, model trains, the character to be Reverend Lovejoy from The Simpsons, because that would just make my entire day and give me a reason to stream that game.
They even did a zombie mod for it. God only knows how or why.
How?
They even did a zombie mod for Train Simulator. Yes, exactly. How?
How did you do a zombie mod for a train game?
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny as hell. Okay, so yeah. But that's good though. So are they actually paying you for your tournament shoutcasting now?
I guess things will come of that in the future, but not being paid right now.
Yeah, I was actually supposed to apply for a shoutcasting job for Heroes of the Storm for a group called Charlie Guy, but at that moment they wanted my demo tape. It was just no time. It was like I had 3 papers due within probably about 4 days.
So well, that's why you should have a demo always ready to go.
Well, no, because he wanted like a live game casted.
Oh, right. Okay.
So it's like I never shoutcasted, for real before. I normally just shoutcast when I'm in the middle of the game and I'm dead and I'm just bored out of my mind. waiting to respawn. So yeah, but I don't know. I'm still thinking about it because that whole esports thing is blowing up so hard right now. That's like, I'd be
Well, I
stupid
don't
not
know
to.
if you're aware of the stats, but Twitch released some stats recently, and apparently esports is 21% of all Twitch viewership.
Yeah, I could.
21%, it's the largest demographic they have.
Yeah, I could see that, but that's because every time there's a tournament of pretty much any caliber of like a major game, it goes straight to the number one spot on Twitch. Which you're talking what, 100,000 people at any given time then?
Yeah.
Like that's a lot of people. Like you're talking 10% of the population of Calgary is watching Twitch during a tournament. 10%. That's bananas.
And let's not forget, you had 3 times the amount watching the League of Legends last tournament than you had watching the Super Bowl.
I still don't understand how League of Legends is this popular. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I have tried and tried and tried. And I'll probably still keep trying. But I do not see the appeal to League of Legends and what people are so obsessed with about this game. Like, is it only because it was like the first MOBA? Like the first true MOBA?
I'm sort of with you. It wasn't the first MOBA, but it was the first free-to-play.
Well, I got my fix of you too, so I guess. Have fun. Have a good day at work.
Thank you very much. But yeah, it was the first free-to-play MOBA, and that was its big draw, the fact that anybody could pick it up and play it. I mean, yes, they've made millions and millions on their spend currency, and to be honest with you, Riot and League of Legends are the reason why this horrible, toxic kind of
community
freemium kind of demon has raised its ugly head in the gaming community. That's because everybody realized that model could work if it was popular enough. If you make a free-to-play game, people will play it regardless, right, and people will spend money on it. Is that will that be more profitable than, a pay-to-play game? Your standard model where you just buy the game and play it. It turns out that if you have enough content for people to, to digest, then yes, it can be, and it's a lot easier to maintain as well, because with that particular business model, the framework's already built, and it only needs balancing issues over time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It only needs tweaks here and there over time. It doesn't take full-scale development. This can be done by a handful, a skeleton crew of developers.
Yeah. You know who didn't do free? You know who took the League of Legends model and totally just crapped all over and did it poorly? Heroes of the Storm. They went totally backwards on it. And I don't know, and that game has been floundering ever since its launch.
Yeah, I mean, it's just one of those games, unfortunately. Heroes of the Storm has always been the poor second cousin to League of Legends.
But it's a Blizzard title, and if they had just not been so greedy about it, they could.
Yeah, I agree.
Because here's the thing. There's more to generating game revenue than just the hard dollar amount that comes out of it. Yeah. To generate revenue, you have to have people who want to play your game. I mean, you need that goodwill PR. You need that goodwill currency. And Heroes of the Storm just failed so hard on that because they're charging for heroes, they're charging for skins, they're charging for mounts, they're charging for stim packs. It's like there's the gold you obtain in game is a pittance to what it should for what the master skins cost. It's nothing.
Yeah, I mean that's again the nickel and dime culture that has been brought about, and phrases like leaving money on the table and calling your consumers, the holy grail of consumers is apparently something called a whale.
Yes, the whale.
And a whale is
what I'm trying to attract in this channel. Just
someone with enough free time, but earns,
More money than sense.
enough earns enough that they have disposable currency, and you're trying to get them attracted and invested in your game. And one of the ways to do that is to spend an inordinate amount of time in it, hence World of Warcraft.
Mm-hmm.
There are people who haven't left World of Warcraft because the actual time investment means nothing then. If you spend 2, 3, 6 years playing a game and have spent probably literally thousands and thousands of pounds or dollars, it's a bloody hard choice to leave that game. A genuinely hard choice to leave that game. Because it'd be like, buying a car and then just abandoning it. It's, you bought it, How can you put that time, energy, and effort into building, creating, or, and then buying whatever, and then just leave it?
Right.
You can't. I mean, it's a really difficult thing to do, and putting those kind of time sinks into a game are a way to keep people in your game. And this is again one of the reasons why I dislike, the fake XP ceilings that developers are so fond of putting in, because they, let's say, like level 69 to 70 is, just some like ridiculous figure, like 20 billion XP.
Mm-hmm.
And, my message to developers is,
Stop
just
that.
increasing. Well, yeah, stop it. But I appreciate that it's a time mechanic, but they shouldn't. It's just bad practice to actually think in some way that extending the time it takes to get from A to B equals content. It does not.
No, it doesn't, and it never has, and it never will. It's the same way as reusing content. It's not genuine new stuff.
Yeah, it isn't.
So yeah, no, I completely agree with you on that one. I don't know. I'm so tired of there's no other way to say this. I'm tired of being treated like a cash machine. Like I'm a huge fan of Heroes of Storm. You of all people know that. Like I'm a massive fan of it. I have not. Yesterday was the first time I played in over a month, because I got so tired of just everything about that game. And then, and if I'm tired of Heroes of the Storm, I can't imagine how I would have been in League of Legends. Like I might have actually cut my wrist. Because have you ever seen the League of Legends community?
I'm familiar with it.
There are pawns.
Genuinely,
there are pawns in China with less toxic waste than than a League of Legends community channel.
I actually think it genuinely changed a friend of mine.
Oh yeah, that one friend who went like straight off the rails.
As a person.
God, I feel bad for you on that one.
Well, no, I mean, if you spend all your days blaming other people, and the problem with that particular team-based game and team-based games of their ilk is that if it relies on everyone doing their job flawlessly. Mm-hmm. One mistake, one fuck up. Sorry about the swearing there.
No, you're fine. I didn't even know. I honestly didn't even notice. Like I said, the swearing thing is a me thing, not a you thing. You're British. Okay. No one blames you.
One mess up, and then all of a sudden, you know where to direct your anger. Because they failed in their job, which means you couldn't do your job, which means everybody plays the blame game.
Right.
And that's not just League of Legends. I'm not singling that out, but all team-based games of that ilk, where it relies on that structure, then that's what it requires. So like any FPS shooter with a medic class, if the medic isn't doing their job, hell, like even raids in World of Warcraft would come under this. Any medic that's not doing their job, or healer, then the whole thing falls apart, and it's the healer's fault. But not quite as much in the League of Legends scene that is obviously known for its toxicity and its blame culture. And the thing is sort of like, if you get used to blaming something else, then it just becomes easy to blame something else.
Right.
You know, no one, at what point does anyone take responsibility for their own actions? There's that very entertaining joke. It's a little comic saying, you know, like, oh, I couldn't do this because Jungle wasn't doing the job. And then Jungle's, I couldn't do this because Mid wasn't, you know, was stealing my, you know, farm and this and that. And then the next person and the next person. And apparently the Riot servers break because someone admitted that they dropped the ball. And they,
sorry, guys, my fault.
And apologized. You know, sorry, guys, I dropped the ball on this one. And apparently Riot servers broke because
oh, that's amazing.
someone accepted responsibility for their action. And it's that kind of thing. I mean, sort of like, you know, when do you know, as a person, as an individual, hold your hand up and say, well, yeah, I fucked up there.
Yeah.
Sorry about that. You know, those games don't promote that. And as a result, that is, I feel, some people do actually take that as a life lesson. Because you do learn things from games. You learn how to adapt. You learn how to improvise. You learn how many 12-year-olds have slept with your mother. You do learn these things. Gaming is an education.
That's amazing. I'll be completely in agreement with you on that one. This show honestly would not exist if I had not played games as a kid. Because I would not be nearly as quick on my feet as I am now.
Yeah. And so at some point, I mean, I know they're trying to, you know, build, I guess, councils or whatever it is that they're doing in, you know, to actually punish, you know, to actually peer review these people.
Mm-hmm. But they're doing a really bad job
them for their toxicity.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I mean, what, you know, that's a step in the right direction. But again, you play a game all the time, and let's face it, this is the only game that some people play.
Oh, yeah.
When you just when the easiest thing to do is blame the next domino in the line, then that's what it is. You just do that because that absolves you of any blame or, you know.
Yeah, because God forbid
any
you take responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah.
Man. Okay, so we've been going for, wow, an hour already. Time flies by when you're having fun, doesn't it? So, you want to go fill your flask up, or are you good?
No, I'm good.
Okay, then I'm gonna do this super quickly. We're not actually going to be taking a break, but we're just going to be cutting to our sponsor for the day. So, well, my sponsor for the day.
Yes, your sponsor.
You're under representation now. I have to be super careful of my wording because I don't want to get a subpoena at my house. So.
Okay.
So today's show is brought to you by Cooler Master. The Master Case 5 is everything you want. It's a mid-tower case with its aluminum steel construction and full customizability. You're able to make the Master Case everything you want. Don't worry, there's 2 levels. There's a Master Case 5 and Master Case 5 Pro. If you can only afford the Master Case 5 right now, you can upgrade to the Pro later on by just buying the kit. It is absolutely everything you could ever want. Comes with 3 fans and removable hard drive cages, 2 SSD mounting points, and all kinds of goodies. Also, Cooler Master has released the Master Keys. These are their brand new RGB mechanical keyboards, coming in Cherry MX Blue, Cherry MX Red, and brown switches. You can get it in a long form or short form, depending on what you want to do. If you're a gamer on the go, make sure that you get the Master Key short so it fits inside your bag. These have all kinds of programmable lighting switches, and you can have it do all kinds of cool rainbow effects. So remember, if you're looking for anything you want to be cool, you want to get Cooler Master. Okay, back to the show. And we're back. Oh, wrong show. And we're back. Oh, I'm sure the rep at Cooler Master is gonna love that promo.
Yeah.
You know what? Like I said, I learned a lot of what I do from playing games. Like that entire thing.
Oh well, swing straight back into that, I want to talk about this Cooler Master case.
Oh, yeah, okay.
The upgrade option.
Yes.
Might I just say that that's a fucking awesome idea?
I know, right? It's a great idea. It's like, it's all aesthetics. It doesn't change the functionality of the case. But it's like, if you want to not have an exposed top, you want to have a cover for it, you can just upgrade to that later on. And the kit's not expensive. So in the end, it won't cost you any more than the actual case would, but it just conforms to your budget now. Like
Giant handles.
Hey, you know what? Those handles are sturdy as hell.
That does have handles, okay.
Yeah. Hang on. Give me a sec. I'll be right back. Keep talking to them.
Keep talking to them. Okay, then. Carrying handles on cases. Is that important or not? I mean, personally for me, I think it is. I have the, I think it's, is it? No, it's Thermaltake, the case I have. The Level 10 GT. And I got that case because of its modular design. I love modular. I love to be able to easily swap things out.
I
Let's
come back
talk
and you're
crap
talking
about
about
his
swapping.
decorating
What are
style.
you doing?
Riley, what decorating style? He's filled those back shelves with shit.
Hey, those are
Sorry
all
about the
gifts from
watershed, but-
viewers.
What?
Those are all gifts from viewers.
Seriously? There's like a cup?
Oh, that's my workout shelf. Why you gotta be knocking the workout shelf? You don't get guns like these if you don't do workouts, okay? Boom. So, yeah, here's the master case.
We're knocking your decorating style. The style that is, in fact, non-existent.
There's a poster and handcrafted art and a banner and a Christmas card.
And that fucking filing cabinet?
Well, I can't move the filing cabinet. It holds my Utah ditch porn that I have.
You need a wallpaper or something for the side of that filing cabinet. It needs to stop looking like a filing cabinet.
Okay, well, actually, in all honesty, my original plan for the filing cabinet side was to actually, if anyone had ever sent me, like, anything, I was going to put it up here. Because I'm a huge fan of, like, just mementos kind of thing. But in the meantime, I am purchasing a new bikini model poster to fill this side of the cabinet.
Oh, dear God.
It is super worth it. Oh my god. I don't care if it does cost me $20. Totally worth it. You guys are going to love it.
Right, you're not allowed to have any bikini model up there unless it's from Dead or Alive.
But this girl's so hot.
You're a gamer.
I'm a talk show host!
What does a
Howard
bikini-clad model have to do with that?
I'm the freaking Howard Stern of Twitch. Screw you. I'm allowed to have naked women.
What on earth does a poster of a bikini-clad model next to your, let's face it, sizable head have to do with anything to do with gaming or talking or showing?
You did not just say I have a fat head.
Out of all that, that's what you pick up. Let's go with it.
Yeah, you mean out of all the insults you threw, all the insults you gave, I picked up on the personal attack.
Yes. Oh.
Wow. Well, you and I will figure out something that can go here. Okay?
Okay.
As our anniversary gift to each other, we will figure out what to put on the cabinet.
I go for putting the cabinet, the filing cabinet itself, on some kind of like barrel cart, removing it from the house, and if you can't find a cliff, then having an airbrush artist do something on the side.
Why do you hate my cabinet so much? Did it kill your dog or something?
This is okay, right? When we're talking about decorating here, and the fact that you have a filing cabinet in the background,
It's an office.
appreciated. It's Well, okay. Apart from foam tiles, sound tiles, what, and I use this term loosely, decorating have you done in your office?
Poster, handcrafted artwork, banner, gifts from the viewers, the workout shelf.
Yeah, I'm with you, Noraxi. Green screen all the way.
Yeah, no, a green screen will never be on this channel. Ever. Just not gonna happen. I own 2 green screens. One of them is actually portable. There will never be green screen on this channel. I cannot stand that crap. It drives me absolutely crazy. If I was a gamer on this channel, I'd consider it. But on this one, there's already... What's the best way to say this? And this is the way I tell everyone about the show. This show works because it is a talk show, and I mean like an actual talk show. You don't actually have to have the window open because it kind of functions almost like a podcast in a way. So it's like you minimize the window and you open it back up. It's still a brown kid in front of a camera. Nothing's going to change.
See, I'm with Noraxi on this. I would rather see whatever the hell you manage to dream up to have going on in the background. And it could be, like dancing bikini babes or, Dead or Alive beach volleyball footage or something like that. And that would be fine.
No, I know you'd be fine if I just put dancing bikini babes in front of the green screen and never put on camera once.
Well, I'm not. It's not really that's the issue. I mean, you could put it in front of the filing cabinet. That'd be fine.
What, the green screen?
Yeah.
Not an unreasonable idea, honestly. That's actually kind of doable. It's really just a piece of fabric.
So, like, half the screen could be green screen.
Yeah.
I know you're going to hate covering up Ava Cohen, but, I mean, I think that's the perfect border.
Oh, no, I'd only put it here. Fuck, the Ava Cohen stays where she is. Like, I will straight cut a bitch if they cover up Ava Cohen with anything.
So, like, green screen right up to the wooden American flag.
Yeah, super not happening. That was handcrafted by a friend.
No, up to it, not over it.
Oh. That's still covering Ava Cohen, dick! But, no, that is a good idea, though, because if I put the green screen here, like, just the width of the cabinet, or just, like, up and around over the cabinet, I could actually make the alerts go here. And
yeah.
That would be baller as hell. If the alerts, like, popped up through the cabinet. I'll have to think about that.
Mm-hmm.
I'll think about that. I'll see what I want to do. But, yeah. Now that you guys are done, like, knocking my office.
Yes.
How did we get here? We're talking about Rex covering Rex. I know, right? Films? I know, dude. These guys are all just hate us. But yeah, so no, this is the Master Case 5, though. Right here. So, like, this is the basic one, and like I said, though, the handles are, like, super sturdy. So, if this is the basic, and, like, say you don't want these here, like, want them covered, you can just buy a cover that goes over top, so you actually don't have to remove anything from the case. So, yeah, that's a pretty neat idea.
Any mesh filters?
Yeah. Here...
Ooh.
What?
It's absolutely so close to swearing again. It's totally essential nowadays to have filters on your rig.
Yeah, there's 2 or 3 of them. There's one on the bottom for the power supply.
That's the way it should be.
There's one on the bottom on the power supply, one in the main, and then there's like a non-removable, but there's like a mesh at the top. But it's like a really fine mesh, so you can clean it really easily. So
that's cool.
So remember, if you guys want your own master case, click the Amazon link below and go get one.
Well, I didn't see you guys entering in with your points of view. I'm talking to the chat now.
Yeah.
Entering in with your points of view about multiplayer games and the toxicity involved in the environment. I mean, did you feel as though our points were valid or on point even.
Our points are always valid.
Is there anything else that could be added to it? I mean, do you have any, experiences yourselves?
That'd be interesting to know. In fact, I'm kind of curious. I'm on pins and needles.
Well, while chat is formulating a reply, you've missed well, you haven't missed it, but you've missed talking about it. A few, let's call them little events in the gaming world calendar.
Okay, which ones?
Well, VR, you missed the start to finish of
Yes,
that.
I did. I did miss the start of VR. Finish, no. Start, yes. No, I did. And I actually thought about coming back for a day. So much salt in MOBAs. Dude, man, McDonald's french fries have less salt than the goddamn MOBA does.
Yeah, I agree.
I actually thought about coming back for a day just to talk about VR, but the reason why I actually haven't is because VR is still too new for anyone to really be an authority on the matter. Like, the fact that you own a VR headset and you've played a few hours of games, believe it or not, does not actually count as qualifications to be an expert on a field. Like,
Agreed.
the only people who are genuine experts in VR are the teams at Valve and the teams at Oculus and the teams at Sony.
Actually, I'm going to counter that point with the fact that when the only experts available are these people with first-hand experience, then that does make them subject matter experts. Because if that's the length and breadth of the available knowledge, then that's exactly what the pool of knowledge is. Their knowledge.
But just using something itself does not, like, you actually have to understand how it works on the back end. You can't just, like, say, I played freaking Keep Talking and Nobody Explodes and now I'm an expert on VR. It's like, you're an expert on nothing. You played a single game that somebody else ported over. Calm it down.
Honestly, I honestly can't imagine anyone taking on board one of these pieces of equipment and not having a valid understanding of how it works.
I'm sorry, can you repeat that one more time? I was reading the chat.
Well, yeah, I agree. The night you play Outlast 2 on Oculus Rift will be the day you never sleep again.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be kind of fun and scary. But anyway, what was I saying?
We were talking about porting a game and playing Oculus, I think.
Yeah, that was it. I find it difficult to believe that anyone who has invested this kind of money in not only the VR headset itself, but also the equipment required to run it, and doesn't have an actual understanding of how the equipment works. I mean, I can tell you how it works.
Mm-hmm.
And I haven't even touched an Oculus Rift or a Vive. I mean, I've worked on projects that have used them, but I haven't personally touched them.
Right.
So my level of knowledge should be no greater than anyone else's, per se. But even I can tell you how they work.
Right, but that's because, unlike most other people, you and I understand things on a fundamental level. Okay, Soda Poppin got his HTC Vive, I believe, for free. I believe HTC sent him a Vive. Okay? He's been streaming the last, 2-3 streams doing purely VR. My experience with the Oculus Rift, on the other hand, was a few months back in Iowa when they still had the Dev Kit 2, when the Dev Kit 2 had just come out. Mm-hmm. I can guarantee you I have a better understanding of how VR actually works than Soda Poppin does. I can guarantee you I do. Because there's a difference between working with technology and using technology.
Understanding technology.
That too.
I would have said.
So it's one of those things, like, people who own it right now and they're like, oh, I'm an expert on VR. It's like, no, you're not. You're a guy who plays 3 games. Like, seriously, sit down. Let the smart people talk. It's like Jesse Cox. Well, Jesse Cox is kind of a giant windbag. Who's...
Well, admittedly, Jesse Cox doesn't believe he's a valid authority on anything and will openly admit to that.
Except when you hear him talk, though. Except when you hear him talk, he'll be contradicting everybody left and right, but he'll say, "I'm not a valid authority." But whenever you say something, he'll try and make what you're saying wrong. And it's like, look here, you. Oh God! Wow. Safe for work.
No, go on.
Safe for work.
Yeah.
Like, oh my God. It's like
I know you don't see eye to eye with Jesse Cox. So I'd be interested to hear the rant.
no, no. You know what? We're not going to go down this road. We're just going to say Jesse Cox is a big name in this digital influencer industry. As an actual tech person, he's kind of an idiot. I'm just going to leave it there.
I'm pretty sure he wouldn't disagree with that statement.
Like, I can't not deny he's a big name in the industry. Like, look at his name. It carries so much weight whenever he does anything. Like, the fact they flew him out to Poland to go play The Witcher 3 before it came out tells you how big your name is. Although
that was a kind of deal between him and CD Projekt Red.
They flew a bunch of people out.
That's the kind of playing field you operate on when you are I believe they're called influencers.
Yes. The industry buzzword term, which is actually why I have to create new business cards now, is digital media influencers. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to keep doing this with my fingers just because I know it annoys somebody somewhere at some point. So, when you're a digital media influencer, you're meant to kind of be an authority on new mediums like YouTube and Twitch, especially Twitch. So, I will agree that he is a big name in that respect, but if he ever comes to me and says, "This is how VR works," I might actually choke him. I might, because, like, I've seriously forgotten more things than that guy will ever know about how a computer actually works. But I don't want to get on this topic because I can feel my blood pressure building right now. Like, I can feel the League of Legends Heroes of the Storm salt rising to the surface. But you're right. I did miss VR. I missed actually quite a few game releases that came out. I missed XCOM. What else did I miss? XCOM, Dark Souls. By the way, how'd you like Dark Souls? You said you weren't going to play, and then I see you like a day later having the game.
Well, I thought I'd give it a punt, and I kind of agree. I came in at point 3 in Dark Souls, or the third installment, so I kind of don't see the point in it. I think it's annoying because whilst having a game that doesn't hold your hand in any way, shape, or form is a good thing, I feel. But I also think that is equally a bad thing. I think they've taken it over too far to the right-hand end of the scale. Whereas all the way over to the left hand would be sort of like completely tutorializing a game and even getting tutorials when you're in the last level. And I know there have been games where because I've come, sort of unlocked a new ability and or trait or something like that, I've been forced to sit through another mini tutorial after I've been playing the game for 12 hours.
Right.
But they've gone in the other direction of... Here you go. You've just woke up. There's the game.
See, it's funny you say that because a lot of people who are like Dark Souls aficionados, they've actually said that Dark Souls 3 is the most hand-holding Dark Souls that's ever come out.
I've played that game and it gave very brief tips. I have no idea what I'm doing there. No idea what I'm supposed to do. The bosses in which I use this in the loosest possible term, fight, are their animations and kind of impact points are so difficult to read, you can only do it after repeating the process 100 times.
Right.
Right? That is not a valid game mechanic for me. Because someone's like raised their hand up to hit me, okay, I expect a hit incoming. But if that then turns into sort of like a lightning strike, then a fireball, then a bitch slap,
I
you
actually know
know,
what boss you're talking about.
it's I kind of call that a little bit unfair.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is sort of like, and I say fight in the loosest term because all you do is dodge roll around.
Yeah. That's all
So
Dark Souls is. It's bob and
it's
weave. It's
like,
bob and weave.
yeah, well, I'm like doing the entire game, and the camera angles are sucky, in my humble opinion, because the amount of times, yes, you can lock on target, but the view doesn't come away. You can't get sort of like, and it's a third person over the shoulder thing, but the amount of time that I've been, because of the boss animations, they they come towards you. They're aggressive. They're always stepping towards you. Every attack will bring them closer to you, and you have to dodge roll the shit out of them for about an hour. Um, so yeah, I'm just going to leave it with. I can see why people like it. Those people that enjoy this.
Mega difficulty.
Well, it's not. It's not actually a mega difficulty. It's more difficulty through obscurity,
Okay.
right? And how I mean that is there is a way to do something. There's a way to beat each particular enemy. You'll learn through various deaths that the best way to attack the next, I don't know, the wolf dogs or the
Right.
lantern weirdos, or all these kind of different enemies. You'll appreciate there's a different way to parry and attack each one, and you'll start to learn the animations and things like that. But that's difficulty through obscurity, rather than it just telling you that. Well, let's take Arkham for example, the Batman games, where
Okay.
it tells you can counter by pressing a button now, and it shows you a visual representation. If you don't press that button in that time, you don't get to counter, you get hit.
Right.
Now, that all comes back to what people prefer. Do they want a visual representation, or do they want to do they feel deeper in the game because they have to learn every character? Is that a level of immersion for them? And that's fine. I can understand why people like that style of game. I'm just going to say it's not for me.
Okay. No, that's fair enough. And
I don't see the big thing about it, again, because
no, that's
it's
totally
a third
fair.
person hack and slash that just involves all dodge rolling and not really much combat. I mean, actual combat.
Right.
Because all you can do is poke someone and then dodge roll for 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of the Dark Souls franchise. Like, I'll probably pick up Dark Souls 1 and 2 when they go on sale for $5 during the Steam summer sale, but like, it's not something I'm going to go out of my way to try and get.
Mm. And to be honest with you, I did feel a little bit. I said it. I did say it wasn't my kind of game when you asked me that. But I just thought to myself the day after, sort of like, well, perhaps I didn't give it a first shake. I should, because I have never played any of the Dark Souls games,
Mm-hmm.
but I just viewed them as, well, that doesn't look like my cup of tea. That doesn't look like I
Right.
would enjoy that a whole lot. And, well, to be fair, I didn't. I was right. It didn't turn out to be as. It wasn't even really that exciting, to be honest. Well, but that's me.
Who's hyped for Computex? I would be if I was going. I'd love to go to Computex. Isn't that held in Tokyo? Is
Not sure.
Computex the one held in Tokyo? I know
Taipei, apparently.
Taipei. Okay, yeah, so close enough.
But the cool thing about Computex is that's where people are. Well, the industry as a whole is expecting uh, an announcement in the next 2 months for the new GPU cards.
From
Nvidia,
AMD.
Nvidia has already leaked.
Yeah, Nvidia already
Well,
leaked the new ones, the new with Pascal series.
yeah, what they're going to do is just to replace their top 3 or 4 tier cards.
Well,
That's their new architecture now. They're basically gonna do that top tier first,
right.
and then have a trickle down process. So it's only the enthusiast grade cards that are getting updated.
But
So
but they're not big Pascal though. What we know currently that's been released is not like, okay, so right now we're in Maxwell, I believe, aren't we? It's Maxwell right now architecture. And there's two Maxwells. There's small Maxwell, which is what you see in like the GTX 750 and 760s and all that. And then there's
hey,
big Maxwell, which is like the Titan, the 980, the 980, 980 Ti, and Titan are all.
it's the 80 Ti that's got the
Yeah,
larger chip. That's got the cut down Titan X, the 980
yeah,
Ti.
but those are called big Maxwell. Like they're the bigger, like they're the new architecture, like the newest one. And what we know right now is small Pascal. We don't know big Pascal yet because I think how it came out was Nvidia didn't achieve its manufacturing performance standards that it had like projected. So the Pascal we currently know of is not performing at the level that we were told that it was going to on the roadmap.
Gee, well, a surprise about a company that lies about its RAM as well. I'm not an AMD fanboy, but I'm steadily starting to get pissed off with Nvidia.
I would be, but their drivers are more stable than everything else on the market.
Very true.
And when it comes
If
to
you want a stable gaming experience, it really is Nvidia.
it isn't it's even I even covered in my video series that unless you're on a budget, your ideal solutions are Intel Nvidia system. And if you're on a poor person budget, it's an AMD system.
But that is all set to change. Nothing, as far as I'm aware, has been leaked about the AMD cards properly.
Fiji?
Yeah, properly, I mean, because that it's such a difficult thing to say because I expect that to be a game changer. Because the reason AMD has the advantage is because they use compute cores over the CUDA cores that NVIDIA has.
Mm-hmm.
CUDA cores is great at, computational sort of things like, tessellation and things
Right.
like that. It does have that slight advantage. But the compute cores on the AMD cards are much better for parallel processing, which is where DX12 shines.
Yes, and AMD has been kicking all kinds of butt in the
Yes.
in the new DirectX 12 benchmarks.
Yes.
It has been
all
just
kinds.
wrecking In fact,
Yeah.
I have it pulled up here. I just googled quickly AMD graphics cards.
AMD doesn't. Well, the game has changed in their favor right now. So either Nvidia pulls something fucking amazing out of the arse dimension, or this next year or year of cards is going to be AMD's time, because there will be no point in going for anything else, because their new architecture and the step up in processing and processing power and extra cores and so on and so forth in their range. I'm going to see this as, this is AMD's time now. So basically, NVIDIA can no longer rest on its laurels. The competition is weighed heavily against NVIDIA right now.
But that's just it, though. The AMD or NVIDIA has been resting on Source for so long. But that's because their team is so good that they took a lead and just never lost it. So when it comes now time for like Nvidia developers are pretty much like this. Like, oh my god! Like,
Again,
dude, I'm so
I
hungover.
can't justify that comment though. Because even games right now with this current series, it depends on what game you're playing and what resolution you're playing it at, whether an AMD card is right for you or an Nvidia card is right for you.
Yeah, but
Honestly, there is no line to draw between them, and even so, the difference is a matter of single digit frames. We're not even talking like like a big frame drop in game performance. We're talking single digits as the advantage or disadvantage on both sides. So
but it's not just about solid frame. Just like how with games, it's not just about the hard money you're making, the hard capital. It's about there's other stuff too. AMD cards run hotter, they run louder, their drive support is like compared to Nvidia is stable, and compared
well,
to Nvidia, AMD is like two toothpicks trying to balance a Fabergé egg. It's just not gonna work. And I agree with TI Films on this one. Even so, Zen is AMD's last hurrah. If it fails, say goodbye to AMD. Zen is AMD's next CPU, not their GPU. The next GPU is either Polaris or Greenland. So they're the same company, two different divisions and two different architectures that you're talking. And I think actually Zen is gonna propel AMD forward a lot because it's gonna be their first DDR4 supported CPU. It's gonna have all the multi-threading and hyper-threading that you need to kind of stay competitive with Intel systems now. Because Intel, and the beauty is, just like NVIDIA, Intel has rested so much on its laurels that year over year, the performance increase is 7%.
yeah, it's actually I would a comment on the consoles because this is a joint comment for both graphics cards and current gen consoles. I don't feel that. I mean, hell, I'm sat here now on a 680.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, 684
GTX
4
680.
gig though.
Unless I upgrade to a Titan or a 980 Ti, the performance gap just isn't there.
Yeah, it's really not.
I need to go up to a 980 Ti in order to see any benefit whatsoever.
In that,
any real world benefit.
like the only thing your
That's
computer's
just
not
mental.
capable. Sorry.
Oh, no, I was just saying that's just mental because graphics cards haven't advanced enough, and those advances have been seriously shit, terrible. And it's the same for consoles. The PlayStation 3 versus the PlayStation 4, it's nothing. The 360 versus the One, again, another tiny piddling step forward in technology. And this is one of the things that, but this is a totally different subject, so I'm going to
Go for it.
kind of avoid it. But the next generation of consoles as well. But we'll finish the graphics card talk first before we go into that whole can of worms.
No, you do you. You keep talking. I'm listening.
Hey, Wazgob.
Hi, Wargob. I miss you, buddy. And I don't call you because you don't pay for things anymore. I mean, what?
So yeah, the technological steps forward, the gaps in between the cards themselves, have been, I feel, I'm putting my tinfoil hat on here. Hey, Steve.
What's up, Steve?
I'm putting my tinfoil hat on here and saying, I believe that they have actually been nerfed. I mean, we already knew this with this exact card that I'm on, the 680. That was widely known that card actually got nerfed before it was released, because people were buying cards like the 580 instead of, for its computing power, instead of buying their incredibly expensive Quadra cards.
Right.
So what they did was nerf the 680's CUDA cores into the ground. And as a result, that doesn't have the computational power that it should have. Still a damn good card, but it's not as powerful as it should have been.
Well,
And then you go to the which one was it? The 770 that had the two different memory types.
yes, 770 had a 2 gig and a 4 gig.
Yeah, and then you go on to that where it's sort of like, you're not even fucking trying, fellas. Come on.
And
That,
when people would
you
ask me,
can't
they're
have
like,
missed that in R&D. You can't have. I mean, even shit games like Watchdog fill up 4 gig of VRAM like that.
4? It filled up 6.
Yeah,
I watched Total Biscuit's review of that, and he had dual Titans, and it filled it up like no problem at all.
exactly. You know, you talk, the games developers are offloading the chores. They're sitting there saying, why the hell am I going to spend an extra 6 months of development time optimizing each and every texture in my game so it runs faster on a graphics card? Fuck that. The graphics cards are there to do the workhorse work. And hence you get games like Watch Dogs, which run like a pile of shit unless you're running a Titan.
Do you remember when you and I started doing this show, and I'd be promoting the G2A link, we'd see Watchdog for sale for $3, and
Yeah.
we're still like, that's still $3.50 too much.
Yeah.
Like, that's all that conjures up to mind now when I think of like terrible development is like, I actually feel like I should be getting paid to buy your game.
Well, I mean, look at the likes of Evolve. It's a 5 arena game, you know, with some monsters and some guys in it. And the damn game's 30 gig. It's all texture files.
Yeah.
It's massive.
And
it's sort of like they're offloading that shit. Developers are offloading that actual work time to the GPUs, and the GPUs have not advanced far enough. The difference in performance between the tiers has grown narrower and narrower all the time. I mean, I looked into buying a 780 yesterday, and they're still going for $500. The ones that you can pick up
Seriously?
are actually going, genuinely, are actually priced the same price as a 980 Ti. Seriously.
Jesus Christ. In fact, actually,
Exactly, yeah.
yesterday, my friend, my friend in Iowa, the one who I'm always playing Left 4 Dead 2 with, his neighbor, we call him Abs McDougal because this guy is like in his 40s but has a 6-pack. He looks fantastic. Good for that guy. And my friend was telling me Abs McDougal yesterday bought a GTX Titan. And I'm like, what's his old card? And he's like, oh, I don't know, like 780 or something like that. I'm like, dude, go get it for $100. I'm like, that's an amazing card still. And I'm like, you play one game, it doesn't matter, just go buy it.
Well, funny you should mention that, Wasgob. There was an announced price drop. I don't think we've seen that yet.
That won't come
to
out.
be
That
honest
won't come
with
out
you.
till June.
Yeah, Nvidia has dropped the prices of its reference cards. We haven't seen it yet, or at the very least, I haven't when I've been browsing around. A valid price drop in the 980s and the TIs, but honestly, I think you'd say that yes, the price is going to drop. You know, you would, wouldn't you? But again, I'm putting my tinfoil hat on. I think they're going to go with, well, this is, you know, newer technology, so they're going to put the price point just that little bit higher. They're going to edge that price up again. This is going to be a $650 card to an $800 card easily, I think.
Okay, hang on. Before you get going, I'm gonna just stop everyone's hype train right now. Nvidia has been known to do price drops. So is AMD. When they do a price drop, let's take the GTX Titan 980 Ti here. That card now currently retails for $650 American.
Mm-hmm.
When they do a price drop, they do a price drop of maybe $50. When they call for a price drop, it is almost a negligible number. Do not get your hopes up. You will not be picking up 980 Ti's for less than half of your leg. Might not cost you an arm now, but it'll still be pretty much most of your leg. So
I googled buying the 780.
Mm-hmm.
I Google shopped the 780, and the price is still, to buy brand new, equivalent to a 980 Ti. Genuinely, they are being sold at £500 British.
Yo, Rex, this is prostate Violet. Twitch banned my account for offensive username. Amazing.
Hey, prostate.
I cannot believe you kept that name for as long as you did. And, like, I've seen, like, you know, Dumpster McCum Slut in Soda Poppin's channel. I don't know how prostate Violator is so offensive. Will they be dropping other cards as well? I'm shopping around... Oh, 200 to 250... Dude, you gotta look at used. You have to look at used or you have to look at AMD. You can't look at Intel as a new option.
Although, I will say to you, the R9 cards, I think the 390 comes within that price range, and it's a fucking brilliant card. My buddy,
no daughter of mine is going into fatty
basically,
porn.
he was shopping for a new card, and it's that time. Well, this was about 4 months ago, and it's sort of like, well, dude, what are you going to do? Be without a graphics card for the next 5-6 months till they announce the new cards, or are you just going to go down the AMD route? Because pound for pound, AMD, well, they shit all over NVIDIA. For a bang per buck card, you can't go wrong with the R9s.
I have an AMD card.
Can't.
I have an AMD card right here. Like literally, the computer I'm using as a footstool right now has an R9 270X in it, and it's a good solid card. It's a great card. So
the R9 290 and the R9 390 are both very similarly priced right now.
That's because they're the same card.
They are beautiful. No, they
are literally the same card.
The same card.
They are the same.
But they did have it. It's a genuine revision. It's not just a rebrand.
It was a rebrand.
So
it was a refresh.
A refresh, which did, you know, they improved the memory pipelines and things like that.
I'm not saying like they're the. I'm not saying it like they didn't do some stuff to the 390, but it is not enough to market as a new card. I mean, like, it's a refresh. Essentially, they cleaned up some of the architecture kind of things, like just some of the minor stuff. And then they took the 290, scribbled it out, and wrote 390, and put the shroud back.
Actually, there is another thing I will say. The 290 is still on the Catalyst architecture. The 390 moves to some other architecture, which is apparently better and more stable, the driver architecture.
BG.
So that's also a reason why I recommended to him to go for the 390 over the 290. It switches driver architecture. Which, by all accounts, is actually pretty fucking stable.
Okay, so Steve OG says, I have an R9 250X, and I want to get no frame drops in CSGO, basically. I assume you mean on the highest of settings. If you're looking at that, you want a GTX in the equivalent price range, a GTX 970 or whatever the AMD equivalent is. What the hell is that? Jorgatio? What's up, Jorgatio? Hi, buddy. I don't even know who that is. But yeah, so there we go.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, hang on. Wait, watch your screen for a second. Tell me what you think of the new alert.
Okay, this is probably going to take a good 20 seconds to show up, though.
Should be showing up now. Did you see it?
Big Dipper with the little...
Yeah, what'd you think?
Sunbursty thing? Yeah. Thanks.
That's the back-end project I've been working on.
Okay.
We're just trying to get some, like, not open testing, but, like, you know, open testing. So just trying to get feedback on what people think and all that. By the way, let me know what you guys think about it. Always curious to hear your guys' thoughts on stuff like that. AMD doesn't really need to be faster than Intel. They just need good chips. If they can at least offer a better bang for a buck, they would be at a very potent competitor to Intel. Okay, first of all, it's NVIDIA, but that's actually not the problem. The problem people have with AMD is they run super hot, their drivers are not stable, and their fans are incredibly loud. Like, I mean, they are loud.
Well, your reference fans are always going to be. I mean, I mean, when was the last person you knew bought, and I'm saying this is CPUs, a CPU and use the reference cooler?
For
No
AMD.
one. Yeah, well, for AMD or Intel.
Intel,
Both
I
used to
used
come with reference coolers.
I used my i5 reference for almost 3 years because I wasn't performance oriented for that time. So I never bought an aftermarket. I never overclocked.
And I'm sure it sounded like a hairdryer when it spun up.
It didn't sound that bad, especially when you compare it to the AMD cooler. This is an. By the way, guys, right here. Hang on. I cannot believe I have one of these like on stock. I'm shocked at myself right now. This is the stock cooler for an AMD 8350. This little thing is the loudest fan you will ever hear. In fact, I'm pretty sure I wouldn't be surprised if it was a magnetic fan. Like, this thing is loud as balls.
If you use reference coolers, you deserve all the noise you get.
I didn't know. For what I paid for this thing, I assumed it was going to be a decent stock cooler. I was wrong.
Then your argument is invalid.
So then
they are hot cards, but if you've got a decent cooler, you can pick up an epic cooler. Oh my god, I think it's a Thermaltake one. I think it's a Thermaltake, like it has a very base name like 3967 or something, like 3960 or something like that. And it looks like a vertical mount of that heatsink that you've got in your hand.
Right.
It's the very basic, but it's a corking cooler. It really is an absolute cracker, and that's for £30.
But for £30, buying a Thermaltake cooler is like dousing yourself in honey going into a gay bar. It's just not something you're gonna have a good time with. What you want to really do is go buy a Cooler Master Hyper 212. That's how you really get top end cooling from a vertical cooler.
Well, and Cooler Master's got some decent 30 quid range coolers as well.
No, they really do.
I mean,
no, like legitimately,
genuinely good ones.
The Hyper 212 is legitimately one of the most renowned vertical coolers on the market. Like, for its price point.
In order to breach that Delta T gap, right, of decent performance, you need to then start paying. Seriously, they do nothing. In fact, some of them can even do worse that higher price that you go. Mm-hmm. But unless you're buying an air cooler at like the $80 and $100 or £80 and £100 mark, which is the point at which you might as well just buy yourself a H100 or a H80.
Or
just done with it.
Or a Master Cool or a Cooler Master Cool, just saying.
Cooler Master Cool, is that a hybrid?
No, it actually just came out. It just came out at PAX. It's their new, the whole Master line now. So now they have the Master Air, which is their new vertical air cooler, and they have the Master Water or Master Cool or something. I didn't grab the full name of it, but it's their new liquid cooler. And it has like a whole new pump design, a whole new everything. Like it's been designed from the ground up, and it's actually getting some pretty cool reviews coming out. But once again, that's something I'll have more information.
But you reach a point where you might as well just spend the extra little bit of cash, because seriously, between £30 and £100, there's no difference whatsoever, unless the cooler is physically huge. There is no difference, because it's surface area that cools your temperatures, not any other kind of wizardry. Like.
Sorry, keep talking. I was just reading chat.
But yeah, these coolers, some of them are actually bad, but there's a few cheap ones out there, really at £30 price mark, that just do a phenomenal job. And to do a better job, you would have to pay an arm and a leg, or to go up to, example, the Corsair or your Cooler Master ones.
Yes. I will openly admit the Cooler Master ones, the higher tier, run a higher price, but they also deliver the performance that they say they will. So, like, the Master Air has actually been marketed as an air cooler that gives you water cool levels of performance, and every review, I don't even have a review yet, so you can't even say I'm super biased on this. I've read this through everyone else's benchmarking. It has delivered the exact same results as like an H100 will. Because, and the one good thing I like about air cooling, and I'm actually going to be switching to air cooling here when I bring out this case, because I got a whole bunch of hard drives I want to put in. So when I bring this case out, I'm going to be swapping everything. And I actually want to switch my H110 to an air cooler, because here's the beauty. If you have a fan on your air cooler and your air cooler dies, or the fan dies, the air cooler still keeps working because it's just a bunch of metal and surface area. When your fans on your water cooler die, you have a lot more problems. So air cooling is definitely the way to go, and especially now with stuff like the Silencio fans and all these like new silent fans coming out, it's not loud anymore. It's definitely not loud, so it's better to go with that. I'm going to take a quick break though because I need to take a piss in like the worst way.
Me too.
Okay, so guys, we're going to be back to
streams.
resume this discussion. We are going to resume this one. We're going to catch up on chat. You guys keep talking in chat. Keep asking your questions. Keep suggesting stuff. And we will be right back. Oh, go to the mailbox. I have a door hanger. Literally no pickup time. And I have no idea what was sent to me. Like, not a damn clue. So, yeah. Gotta make sure I do that right after the show. So anyways, we were talking about graphics, or no, we're talking about air coolers and water coolers. So let's catch up on chat here first though, because I did see some stuff here. Like,
Yeah.
So Steve was saying he was looking at a GTX 970 as well, but how does it compare to the 960? The 960, with NVIDIA, it really is, you get what you pay for in almost all cases. 970 being the kind of exception of you get more than what you pay for, but less than what they advertised. And the 960 will perform less than the 970. Like, the 970 has that newer architecture, and it does perform incredibly well. In fact, according to Steam statistics, the 970 is the most widely used card on Steam. Which, come on, that says a lot, considering how big Steam's population base is.
Well, if you can afford one, go for the 970. Mm-hmm. It's a good workhorse. It really is. And to be honest with you, I think the performance gap between the 60 and the 70 is worthwhile.
Yeah. I would definitely say the 970 warrants $100.
Can I advise you to go for a 970 when you can get an, like an i9 390 for pretty much the same price?
Once again, though, it comes down to stability, though. Like, AMD's drivers are just not that stable.
They're not as good. Definitely.
But that's a big problem, though, when you're playing games, is the drivers have to be stable.
Mm.
So it's like,
well, you're more likely to run into artifacting than you are actually to run into a full-on crash.
Mm-hmm. But just kind of one of those things. Just, yeah, I would go with the 970 if I was you. But that's just me. And now I'll openly admit I own 3 NVIDIA cards and 1 AMD card. 4 NVIDIA cards. No. 3 NVIDIA cards, 2 AMD cards. My bad. No, the one on my sister's computer is an AMD card. I forgot. So yeah.
But then again, if I was to advise you right now, I'd say wait. And take advantage of any price drop that might happen on the release of the new cards. I mean, even if it's only $50, it's still $50.
It is, but how long can you afford to wait versus how badly or how much performance are you going to see for that extra $50 that you spent?
No, he's going to save $50. You're still going for the same card. I'm just saying, if you can wait 2 months,
that's a long time.
If you can,
I could barely wait 2 hours. Okay, I don't know how you're going to make it 2 months.
That's the point.
And
this stream keeps freezing on me. It's bloody annoying.
That's a Twitch thing.
Yeah.
Sorry, nothing much I can do about that. Like, I've been watching my OBS like crazy because I'm recording and streaming at the same time. By the way, if for any of you ever wondering how much better the 2011 V3 socket is versus like the 1151 craptastic socket, I am streaming and recording and running 2 different alert systems and my Steam and my Battle.net and have the web browser up with a bazillion tabs, 39% CPU usage. You're welcome, mankind. I could literally walk outside to hear my PC with the door open. Oh my god. Dude, he can't wait. He can't wait 2 months. There's no way. He's gonna be deaf by the time 2 months rolls around.
He said it used to sound like a jet on some games.
So, are you using an Intel or an AMD system? And a lot of this sounds like stock cooler kind of problems. Which I think led to the overheating because it's still not cool enough and the card died. Now I'm running a much... Ouch.
Well...
Hang on, wait, stop. Stop. You live in Silicon Valley and you have an iBuyPower... You didn't build your own computer and you live in Silicon Valley. In fact, I didn't even know vendors could sell non-piecemeal computers in Silicon Valley. I'm pretty impatient. I've been waiting several months already. Man, if you wait those 2, you're a saint, because I couldn't do it.
Well,
I've been waiting...
if you drop on a deal, then it's worth it.
I've been waiting 6 months for Broadwell E. Let's talk about Broadwell E, because you and I touched on this before before I took a break from streaming. You and I touched on Broadwell E, because that was that 10-core, 20-thread CPU that's coming out.
Yeah.
That...
You just got a bonus from work. Nice. It's time to buy a card.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Nice. But you know what, though? That Broadwell E, man, I'm so looking forward to that. I'm still trying to see if I can save up enough student loan money to buy one. Because it's still V3, so my socket on my board will still fit. But, like...
Yeah, it's the X99 chipset still.
Yeah, so... I want to get one really, really badly. I think that would just be awesome to have. But I already crossed off my bucket list of having, at least at one point in my life, having one of the most cutting-edge PCs you could own. Which, at the time I built this computer, absolutely was the case. There was literally nothing better on the market. Hell, half the parts were like in such high demand that they sold out within minutes of coming into stock. So it's like,
I'm rocking a 3960X. I paid the extra £100 or £200 for the hand-picked silicon.
Mm-hmm. Yep, those special bin chips, man, they are just everything you want. And even the IVE line, which is what you're using, to this day still outperforms any consumer line CPU.
Yep, it's a beast of a chip. I still find difficulty maxing it out, honestly.
Oh yeah, no, and you won't for a long time. Like, here's the thing. If you own an X-level CPU, you will go an easy decade before you even have to remotely consider looking at an alternative. And, like, even from the time you start looking, you'll probably won't have to, for sure, upgrade for 2 more cycles past that. So you'll go about 14 years on an X CPU because they're such high-performing chips. Because what an X CPU is, it is the old server gear brought down to the consumer line. Like, right now, Linus showed he has a Broadwell E 22-core, 44-thread CPU. He has 2 of them.
He likes that server line shit.
Well, and honestly, after watching his video, I see it. I see why. That stuff is super stable. Like, just ridiculously stable. And you get them for so cheap. Like, for him, he gets them cheap, so. But 22 cores, 44 threads, and then that stuff comes down to the, what quote-unquote enthusiast line, which is the X99 currently, and then it drops down to the peasant line, which is everybody else who's not me. So... I had a point to this. Oh yeah, no, so when you get those X-level series chips, you're good for a long time. Because they're essentially server hardware, with just a few features stripped out and added in.
I want to know if Wazgob can remember the Voodoo cards. If he remembers the 880 GTX.
Woo! I had a Voodoo 2 and a Voodoo 3.
Those were the days where adding a second card to your system legitimately doubled performance.
APG!
yeah.
I have a toggle.
I'm still not sure about the new cards, the NV-Link. The new cards are going to apparently use NV-Link, which is a new port that bypasses the chipset.
I've never seen NVLink port in my life.
Exactly, which means it's going to be a new motherboard if you do upgrade.
Oh, so that's going to be whatever takes the place of X99 then.
Yeah.
Because that's going to require an entire architecture overhaul if that's what they're going to do.
Yeah. Apparently for the super boost that NVIDIA predicts for the thing, the stepping away from PCIe Express, which involves the chipset and actually working directly between the cards.
Yeah, it involves, I think, crossing the South Bridge.
The NV-Link.
That'd be neat, man, but God, I don't want to buy a new motherboard. Motherboards are expensive. I mean, like, really expensive.
Yeah.
My motherboard was the cheapest one I could buy at the time X99 came out, and it was $200 for the cheapest board.
Oh yeah, I went high end though. I'm on the Rampage 4 Extreme. So
that's because you're a dirty Asus whore. I mean, you're a dirty Asus person. You know, I do not see the appeal to Asus boards. Like, I've had them. I've never had like a Rampage series, but like having those kind of boards, unless you are an overclocker, and I mean at a competitive level, there's legitimately no reason to really own one outside of just having it. But that's just me. That's just me. No judgments here. This is a judgment-free channel. Unless you do something wrong, and then, you know, like buy an Asus board.
This is a judgment-free channel. Oh, can I believe that you just made such a barefaced lie?
Why I'm a good
AGP times 4, where it was at.
Why I'd be a good politician. Man, AGP, God. Though I wish I still had my old Voodoo card still sitting here. Oh my God, I wish I had it so I could just put a panda on top of the Voodoo logo. But you know, yeah. I really thought Wasgob was like 12, but if he remembers like Matrix Millenniums in APGs and all that, he must be way older than I give him credit for.
That's the days where it really was a work of black magic to get games running, because just the sound drivers alone was a headache.
Yeah.
Would you do the Creative Sound Blaster sound drivers? Would
yep.
you do the Roland sound drivers?
You'd have a sound card with a game port on it. Why the game port was connected to the sound card, I have no idea, but that's how game input worked at the time.
Just insanity.
God, it was dark days, man. We were like Neanderthals back then.
Yeah. Although that prompted DirectX.
Yeah.
Microsoft turned around and went, right, this is getting fucking stupid. Everybody's working off different architecture and nothing works together. Here is this architecture. If you all use it, then everybody's singing off the same hymn sheet, and everybody can use everybody, you know, all the equipment will work.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, those dark days are what spawned Renaissance. Like, we're going to look back 20 years from now. Well, I am. And I'm going to be like, wow, that X9, I thought that was like the hot new jelly. It was like trying to use 2 stone tablets. Like, goddamn.
Well, I hope so.
Oh, I have every feeling it will, because we're making so much progress in the field of technology.
Well, apparently Moore's law is still, you know, in effect, and with the new advances in, I guess, well, there are about 3 technologies out there for NAND RAM. The 3-dimensional RAM, that is. The RAM
HMB, or HBM.
Yeah. Which, well, it improves your RAM capacities by a factor of 3, obviously, or more, depending on how high you can get the stacks.
Well, that's why they're planning. That's why all the next cards are going to be such high performance cards. Like, I mean, like, that's why we're talking genuine high performance graphics cards, because they're all switching to HBM2. like right now, the R9 Fury is what uses what's called HBM, high bandwidth memory, which is what Voodoo, like DV said, they're vertical stacks of RAM. So like, you literally have like blocks of memory chips stacked on top of each other, which provides an incredible amount of data rate. Like just, it's a stupid fast data rate. So now, like, with that being the new technology, obviously NVIDIA, like, there wasn't enough chips to go around to everybody, and NVIDIA didn't even have an HBM card ready to go. But now they're getting ready for HBM2 because the technology is progressing and manufacturing processes are going better. And now we're going to have Pascal be HBM2 potentially, which is going to be just, that might actually give us the performance increase that we were looking for. Like, that could very well, like, magnitudes make it faster. Which, coupled with your new MBM or whatever the hell it's called slot, oh my god, it'd be like running your game on a jetpack.
Hopefully. Again, that's fingers crossed, and a lot of these things are theoretical heads and theoretical limits rather than actual heads and limits.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah.
So, Devious...
Well,
oh, sorry.
What?
Nope, go for it.
I was just, going to say, well, will it actually
make crisis
a difference at our level? I remain skeptical, just in case.
Yeah. Steve OG, I have top of the line vape equipment. I'm about that life. You are
even vape, dude?
You are just the worst. Just the worst. Like, oh my god. But Devious,
I'm not even sure what that is. It's sort of like, is that saying sort of like vaping is for hipsters?
Yes,
or...
it is.
Oh, right, okay.
Look what I got.
I don't know, the stream's frozen. Been frozen for the past 20 minutes.
I got my compressor. Like my audio compressor.
Oh, right. Okay.
Best part too is, the government sent me.
What is it? The DBX?
No, this is a Alesis.
All right. Okay.
But, so the guy wanted 110. I talked him down to 85. Okay. But then the government sent me a check for $73 for my my tax refund, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
So I paid $12 for it. How do you argue the $12 Alesis audio compressor?
You really can't, to be honest.
Like I know you weren't super thrilled about it, but come on, for $12, even you would buy it.
Well, it's just that. Does it give you your audio more FPS?
No, well, kind of, sort of. Kind of, sort of.
Technically.
It doesn't really increase the FPS, it's more my FOV. But yeah.
Well, yeah.
So...
Pretty much. And for those of you in chat who've never come across a compressor before, compressors dynamically alter the sound. What they will do is sort of like, they will even out, they will bring up the quieter volumes a little bit, and also reduce the loud volumes.
So pretty much if I go like this, it'll actually just normalize the sound straight out.
Obviously, it only does it to a certain amount.
Yeah.
And doing it excessively gives what's called artifacting. Artifacting is basically the unusual things that happen outside of, a piece of equipment's limitations. So, that particular unit was used by Daft Punk for its particular sound and the way it can distort at high compression ratios. In fact, they have been quoted as saying if it wasn't for that particular unit, their first Daft Punk album, like Around the World and things like that, that wouldn't have happened.
Yeah. No, I'm really excited for this compressor. The only reason I haven't hooked it up yet is because I have a mic review coming out for the Blue Yeti. So I don't want to be throwing in things that are going to like kind of skew the results of it. So I'm going to throw it in after I'm done the review, which will probably be done tomorrow. Tomorrow.
Well, you want to try it with and without. And I mean, does it also have a preamp as well as the compressor, or
I
is that
don't believe it has a preamp. No.
gain function?
Yeah, I think it has a game function. Here, I can show you it. Give me a sec. I'll just grab it here. Here. I'm just gonna take a picture and send it to you, okay? Since your stream is being a potato.
It is really having an emotional moment right now.
So I've been getting all my grades back. Solid A- average across the board.
Wait.
I'm actually really happy with that, especially since I took major hits on a couple major assignments. Like, I took a really big hit. So I actually managed to salvage the grade. Okay. I have to literally hold this thing between my legs. I apologize that you're seeing my balls.
Nothing I haven't seen before.
I know, right? Well, you know. We'll never speak of that night again. Okay, I'm going to send you probably multiple pictures here, just because that way you get a good view of it.
What is a preamp? A preamp is what goes in between your microphone and whatever interface you're using. Okay, so it goes, how the signal runs is it goes microphone, preamp, what would normally be mixer, and then your external compressor or something similar. So your soundboard or something similar like that, and then finally your interface. And your interface is basically whatever it's running into. So if it's a computer, through USB or sound card and things like that, your interface is what talks with your computer or your recording software.
Okay, finally got a good
and
picture.
A preamp just basically amplifies the signal. Why they're important is because a lot of people use Scala interfaces, which is a brilliant piece of kit and very, very low noise. That's the key to a good preamp, is that it doesn't color the signal at all. So your voice is your voice. Your voice isn't like excessively deep or excessively high or, too shiny, I think the word is.
Too shiny.
Yeah. I wish it was. I mean, I am running through a mixer right now. I can EQ it so it's a little bit richer, but I honestly don't want to sound like a radio broadcaster all day.
Why not?
I'm sure people would get bored. I mean, I've even been asked, is this my real voice?
That's funny. Okay, I sent you the picture.
Cool, thank you.
Yeah, sorry, it took me forever to get a good photo because the light keeps glaring off one half of it. So I was trying to get the glare out. Yeah, like, I use a mixing desk kit. Like, yeah, I can show you guys my kit right now. Wow, that is a really strange cord. Like, right there's my mixer, and that little red box back there, that's the Focusrite 2i2 that Devious was just talking about. In fact, actually, I just talked to Focusrite yesterday or the day before. Because they have a thing called, you remember what Total Biscuit uses? He uses that little interface called the RME Babyface. Okay, well, Focusrite had their own one called the Focusrite Forte. And I was like, hey, I think that would be a great alternative for streaming equipment. I think that's a fantastic idea. So I asked them, like, hey, I want to review this thing. They're like, oh, well, we don't make that anymore. I was like, okay, well, is there anything else, like, your company would be interested in having reviewed? Because, I'm already here, and why not? Like, any kind of publicity is good publicity for me at this point, at this stage in my game. And they're like, we just announced one new thing, but I don't think your review was, I don't think, like, this is something we'd be interested in. Which is their incredibly polite way of saying, you are too small, please GTFO.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I was like, okay, that's not a problem. It's like, dude, for 4 months, consistently, every day, I've been averaging 300 views on my YouTube channel. Every single day for 4 months. It has actually been pretty cool to watch those numbers grow for a small channel at such a cool rate. So, yeah, it's like, and I met, apparently, one of the guys in my human resources class, he's a YouTuber. Like, he has 5,000 subs and like 500,000 views on his YouTube channel. So like him and I, we're actually going to be collabing this Saturday on. Remember that ways to make Twitch better video that you and I were like spitballing?
Yeah.
Yeah, him and I are going to record that video in front of the green screen.
Oh, nice.
I'd ask you, but you don't live here though.
No.
But I love you. Hugs. No, but yeah, I thought like because he's trying to branch into streaming and I'm trying to branch into YouTubing.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like perfect for that. But yeah, so what was I saying now? Yeah, so I got that compressor and everything. And yeah, I'm pretty excited for it. So once I'm done the Blue Yeti review, I'm going to put that up and hook it all up and everything.
Well, yeah, I've looked at your pictures there, and it does have an output gain, so you can battle the output signal. Mm-hmm. So that's quite good.
Yeah.
Might want to
I
leave
know
that at 0 though.
I know a big streamer who uses this compressor. In fact, I know you know him too, because he posts a talk show on Twitch every Wednesday.
Ah.
So that's why it's like, oh, well, okay. Well, like, because I looked at the DBX. I honestly looked for it for a while. But everybody in Canada wants so much money for it. Because, you know, Canada is a potato nation of potato people who don't know what things are actually worth.
Well, yeah. I mean, if you're using the Alesis, that's fine.
I've had Alesis equipment before. I love, like, even my board has Alesis sound effects built into it. Like, Alesis is not a bad brand whatsoever. So, the only thing I would ever tell people is don't ever buy an Alesis USB mixer. Ever. Like, they are just crap through and through.
I agree with Steve OG. It's difficult to get into.
What?
Basically, sound design and audio engineering.
Oh,
it's difficult to get into because, I mean, does anyone really know what the difference between a hard knee and a soft knee is?
Not unless you're the guy who invented it.
On their expander gate, you know. So, I mean, it's things like that. Once you know those things, it's a little bit like, you know, any kind of DIY. It's a very A to B system, you know, and it really is just follow the lines.
Yeah.
It kind of is that simple. I mean, that is dramatically oversimplifying it, but at the same time, a lot of it is just getting past all the terminology. It's very, it can be quite daunting when you start out learning about all this stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot to learn. Like, I'm learning every single day. Especially having met Devious, I really had to up my game just so I knew what I was talking about. So, it's a lot to learn. Like, sound is not an easy thing to master.
I mean, Steve found it pretty easy. But, I mean, he took a sound design class.
So, no, but I know the difference between a hard D and a softie.
Who doesn't?
Well, clearly Wowsgod's mom knows it best.
Softie gets you laughed at.
Oh, God. But, yeah. Man, can you believe we killed almost 2.5 hours?
We haven't even talked about your Overwatch experiences.
We have not talked about me almost whatsoever. I think we've talked about one thing this entire time about me. Like, you and I have just been shooting the breeze for 2.5 hours. And
yeah.
This is kind of why I can put the titles I do in my channel, is for reasons like this. You and I have been gone for 4 months. We came back today, and it looks like we never skipped a beat. Like, it looks like nothing has changed in 4 months. That's why I can put I'm the king of talk shows on my channel. I might only have 7 viewers right now. I'm okay with that, because there's 7 viewers who sat here and enjoyed the show for the entirety of the time that they were here, obviously. Plus not counting all the pop-in and pop-outs that we had. Which, I'm curious to see what those metrics are today, because I saw quite a few of them coming through. Oh, man. But, yeah. Unfortunately, though, I do have to get going, because I have to go see my dad today. And that's actually why I had to look at the time, because it's already 3 o'clock here in Calgary. I'm totally skipping getting my haircut to watch this and play LOL right now. Well, you did half your stuff right by watching this show.
Strangely enough, it's actually surprising the amount of viewers / listeners we tend to have. They tend to enjoy listening to us while we witter on about things and gaming-centric or technology-centric stuff, and then while they're playing the games and doing things.
Well, and that's just it. Like, this is what I was saying was, there's a reason why this channel is a brown guy in front of a camera and there's no game like I'm playing. Well, one, it's easier for me to actually talk to the chat, but two, it's you can keep doing what you're doing and just listen like a podcast. Like, it's perfect that way. Because if you minimize the window or you open it back up, guess what? Brown kid's still in front of a camera. Hi!
Wants it to be daily chat to be daily chat.
Definitely working on it now that I'm off school. Like, I'm going to be taking accounting starting next week, but that's only 2 days a week, and that's pretty much from at night, from like 2 to 6. So I shouldn't have an issue actually doing the stream. It's just a matter of, once again, is there something worth talking about? Because you and I have both experienced this. We'll get up one day, and it's like there is nothing that happened in the world. Like, it's like, wow, world's most dead day ever.
Well, we can always go back to the old faithful rants of, effectiveness or ineffectiveness of VR and NVIDIA versus AMD.
Oh, we aren't done. We are not done that argument. That argument is not dead yet. We're coming back to that.
See? Exactly.
Oh no, there's a lot I want to talk about. Like, especially once again my Overwatch experience, which, by the way, I got to work on a very quick video today. Top 10 Easter eggs in Overwatch, because now that nobody else can play it, I can make fun of the people who couldn't play it because I could play it, and then I can tell them the top 10 Easter eggs, because I'm a dick that way. But yeah, man. But guys, unfortunately though, like I said, I got to get going. So I want to appreciate everyone for tuning in today. Thank you for the follow from Prostate Violator. I appreciate that, buddy. I'm sorry you got banned. Poor guy.
Yeah. Seriously, I'm the same. I have seen worse names on Twitch.
Oh, yeah. Oh, absolutely. Oh, dude, we could do an entire show on the worst names on Twitch. But are you going to be free
A lot
tomorrow?
of us continued to follow us after raids, didn't they, Prostate?
Oh, man. But yeah, no, for the summer, guys, I can tell you between the months of April, or whatever's left of April, and September, there will be a lot more streaming. Like, a lot more. September is going to be touch and go because my schedule's pretty packed at school. You know, I have one class, on Friday, at 1 in the goddamn afternoon. I'm like, are you freaking kidding me? Like, one class in the middle of the day. Like, we'll talk about wasting your afternoon. See you in another 4 months. Man, I'll see you bitches tomorrow. We'll see if Devious is free, but if Devious is free, he'll be joining me too, right, buddy?
Yeah, we'll see.
Exactly. See, if he has no life, then he'll be joining me.
I don't have a life.
Exactly. So he'll see you tomorrow too, then. No, but
that wasn't in question. I mean, having a life and busy are not mutually exclusive. I still don't have a life, even if I am busy.
Well, we're gonna have to try and get you some British dancing girls every now and then. Were the dancing girls at least in full costume? This is really a yes or no question.
I'm gonna go with no.
Like, let's put it this way. Were they wearing yoga pants? Because if they're wearing yoga pants, that's not actual costume. That's just...
One was, and one had a very, let's say, flighty skirt, which was...
Yeah, that's
nice.
not costume. That's just being hoary, and I'm A-okay with that. So if you're on around then PST, what time do I normally go live? The normal show goes from 11 a.m. PST to 2 p.m. PST. Normally. but it's also a show that's based on my whims, my feeling, and honestly, if it's worth my time talking. But, you know, that's most days. It's about a 3-hour show, give or take. And as you can see, Devious and I kill 3 hours like it's nothing at all. Like, it's like two friends sitting at the bar, and you people just get to watch the chaos ensue. So, yeah. But no, I want to thank you, Devious, though, for joining me today, man. Like always, I appreciate you taking time out of your day to come hang out.
Yeah, not a problem.
Because you and I are friends, right?
That's one word.
You love me. You love me. Come on, Devious. Come on, Devious.
And we haven't even talked about games like Paragon and stuff like that.
Come on,
which
Devious.
Should be right up your alley.
Who's your brown bear? Who's your brown bear? Come on, buddy.
You're my brown bear.
That's right. Yeah. No, but no, we are going to talk about Paragon because I actually do have a key for Paragon. I am going to be playing that. And yeah, we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. There's so much to talk about that's happened in the 4 months that we've been off air, and so much stuff I want to talk about. It depends what you mean by friend. Oh! Ouch. That hurts. But yeah, thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you, Devious, for joining me. I've been Rex. I gotta get this loaded up here. Hang on. Gotta get my my outro. Hang on.
Before Rex signs off, take care, guys. I shall see you all soon.
Yeah, no, Devious loves you guys. Not as much as I do, but he loves you enough. He's like that uncle who just kind of stops by to like kind of rally you up and then just walks away afterwards.
The uncle that turns up to piss you off and then leaves.
Yeah, essentially. But okay, guys, I've been Rex. Let me make sure this is gonna work. Hang on. I didn't really like plan the outro fully through because the outro is not my real outro is not done yet. I'm still working on it.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like I gotta kind of use this like stopgap for the time being. So keep talking.
Well, if you guys didn't already know, something I'm looking at, and this is going into a little bit more gaming news, I just want to leave you with this. AMD's Radeon Pro Duo has finally started shipping.
Wait, what?
Now,
hang on, wait, whoa, stop, hang on, wait. We're gonna keep the show going here for another second. What the hell are you talking about?
Well, it's been a while. Let's face it. It's the Fiji GPUs from last year, and they've launched a dual GPU card.
Oh, yeah, okay, yes. Okay, I didn't know about this. Yes.
Yeah. The Radeon Pro Duo is being launched as we speak. So
I do want to talk about this actually, but I want to talk about this more in depth. I want to actually give this one the time of day because there's some views I have on a dual GPU card that I kind of want to that we're gonna have to kind of get into. So yeah.
Yeah, I mean, when you're looking at the R9 290X, the dual card, which is like $1,500, you're talking silly money.
Yeah.
But you can just buy two R90s for like $600.
Yeah. But yeah, no, we'll talk about that. We'll talk about that on tomorrow's show because there once again more details I want to kind of get into. But yeah, guys, we're gonna take off for the day. I gotta go see my dad. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Thank you for the follow. Remember, follow me on YouTube and Twitter. Do Twitter followers even matter anymore? We'll talk about that tomorrow. That's on tomorrow's show of the Daily Chat. But guys, this has been your Daily Chat episode 123. I've been Rex. That's Devious, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.
Good night, guys.